Hi, I'm Vanita, and this is my new podcast called Laid Off to Lift Off. The goal is to provide real stories from all different walks of life in 15 minutes or less, hear about the day it happened, where they are now, and inspiring advice to help you through your own journey. Whether you've been there, you're in it now, or think it's coming, I want you to know that you're not alone. And what better way to start off this podcast than starting with my own story? It was August 12th, 2024, and it's a date that is forever embedded in my memory. It was the date that I was laid off from a job that I loved, and honestly, a job that I thought I would retire from. It was a mid-morning on a Monday. I got a Slack message from my boss. Nothing, out of the ordinary. We're pretty cool, so normal. I went into her office, and when I walked in, it wasn't just her, it was also the head of my department with her. And you could tell the vibe was off. There was something was about to go down. I just thought it was going to be quite the opposite than me being laid off. He's the head of the department, made small talk with me, talked about my weekend, talked about my kids, and then he changed the topic. The demeanor changed, everything changed. He started to tell me that the company's going through a reduction in force. I obviously knew that. It was all over the news. I knew it was coming this week. What I didn't know was that he was about to tell me that it impacted me. It was a complete shock. He uttered those words, "Your role is eliminated." And all I could remember saying was, okay. I think I also asked about my bonus because it was August, 8 months in, and I wanted to know if it was going to be paid out. The answer was no, but I remember I couldn't think of anything else to say. And I said, okay. And in my head, I kept repeating to myself, don't cry. Don't let him see you cry. I was just praying that he would just leave so I can break down already. It took all of my strength and willpower to hold it in. And so he finally left. And I did just that. I broke down. And my boss rushed over to me and she held me. She hugged me and said, "I'm so sorry. I don't know why this is happening." Talked for a little bit. And then I exited her office, composed myself best way I could. I walked down the hallway towards where I was sitting with my team members, really my friends. And I told them, let's go into this corner office. I broke the news and we were all in complete shock. We were crying. I remember my one team member, he hugged me too. He was telling me he's so sorry and everybody was sorry. No, who knows what to say in that moment, right? Like you don't know what to say or tell somebody because you're not going through it yourself. So you don't know, but you feel bad for that person and you try to be compassionate as best as you could. 1,000,001 things kept going through my head. How do I tell my husband? How am I going to pay for daycare? All these things all at once. Needless to say, that week was full of raw emotions, countless conversations, Zoom calls with people I've worked with for the past 10 years, talking about why this is happening, tears upon tears. It was a very difficult week. And then I had to face reality. Friday came, my access was shut off, and that was it. That was the day that I found out that I was laid off. It was my first layoff. I think the first cut is always the deepest, right? As the saying goes. And I'd had to pull myself together and think about next steps. That was also the first time I actually realized that no matter how long you've been at a company, how hard you work, how good you are at your job, a layoff can happen to anyone. And no matter how much they say it's not personal, it sure as hell feels that way. I realized how easy it is for you to be a number on a spreadsheet. And that in itself brought on so many emotions. So where am I now? I'm in a new role at a new company. If you really are curious, you can always go to my LinkedIn. Additionally, I'm using my voice, sharing my career journey, things I've learned. I'm spreading as much positive vibes as I can through LinkedIn, through this, and trying to do things that really bring me joy. I have also deemed 2025 as my yes year. What does that mean? I'm doing new things. I was part of a 6-month coaching program with some amazing ladies across the globe. I'm preparing for my first half marathon. I am playing summer softball with a group of ladies from my local community. These are all things that 2024 Vanita would have never done. And let me tell you, it feels awesome. This podcast is part of that. It's part of the new things that I'm doing. It's a space to share real stories from real people. You'll hear what happened, what they did after, what they're doing now, and advice to help others who are in similar situations. So that brings me to my advice. My advice to you is to absolutely do not give up hope. Don't give up hope that something better is around the corner. And don't give up on yourself. Keep showing up, even on the hard days, even when it feels like nothing is happening. Don't give up hope, because that's when your liftoff truly will happen. So whether you're listening on a walk, in the car, or trying to get through the day, I hope these stories give you a little bit of inspiration and comfort. So with that, thank you for listening, and I appreciate you.